Today we're talking about Matt Eberflus's job security. What is his coaching status heading into the 2024 season? Is he on the hot seat or is his job secure? Matt Eberflus's coaching status has been a topic of discussion this offseason. When he was hired, there were no expectations to win. Everyone knew we were facing a teardown and an actual rebuild of this roster. But fans are impatient. We live in a microwave society that demands instant gratification. Nobody really has that much patience anymore, and after going 3 and 14 in his first year as head coach, Eberflus would finish 7 and 10 in his sophomore campaign. At one point last season though, Flus's record was 6 and 22 overall before finishing the season 4 and 2. Entering year 3, Matt Eberflus's record is now 10 wins and 24 losses, and most fans and media outlets would suggest he is on the hot seat entering this season. But Ryan Poles has always stood behind our coach, and now it's fair to wonder, is Matt Eberflus really on the hot seat with a rookie quarterback, or did drafting Caleb buy him another year no matter what? I mean, do we really want to continue that same pattern of drafting a quarterback and then searching for a new head coach in year 2? Today, I wanted to talk about both sides of the argument, reasons why he should be on the hot seat, and reasons why I think he could be safe. First, let's talk about why Eberflus could be on the hot seat. Success in the National Football League is largely based on wins and losses. You have to win football games in the NFL. With a record of 10 and 24 after 2 years, there is a ton of pressure on Matt Eberflus to turn things around in year 3. Fans and media alike have already placed much higher expectations on this team for 2024. And when you think about it, this team has only one winning season in the past decade. Nobody wants to see another losing year. This fan base is eager to see a championship caliber football team on Sundays. There's also the importance of developing Caleb Williams, which adds even more pressure to the situation. If Eberflus doesn't put Caleb in a position to win football games, his seat will only get hotter and hotter every week. All in all, this is a high-stakes year for Coach Eberflus. Given all of the high-profile acquisitions made this offseason, there is an expectation for the Bears to at least be competitive and playing meaningful football games in December. I'll stop short of saying we have playoff or bust expectations, but anything less than a clear improvement from 2023 is going to be widely viewed as a failure for Matt Eberflus, and this team's history of firing head coaches 1 year after drafting a rookie quarterback could very well continue. I also want to talk about the reasons why Matt Eberflus could be safer than most people expect. Starting with a counterpoint here, Ryan Poles came to Chicago to break the cycle of losing and do things differently. That would mean not continuing the same patterns in the past. His moves this offseason also hint at just how much he supports Coach Eberflus. Ryan Poles knows this has always been a long-term plan, and he picked Coach Eberflus to help set the tone for this rebuild. With his hits philosophy and the foundation that has been set, Eberflus deserves a ton of credit for that. And then on top of that, when Ryan Poles fired Luke Getsy and then brought in Shane Waldron, Kerry Joseph, and others to help develop Caleb Williams, and then also went ahead and brought in Eric Washington to help on the defensive side of the ball too, it drastically improved our coaching staff overall. The offseason moves, to me, indicated a commitment to Coach Eberflus, and I doubt we would have acquired such big-name coordinators if Eberflus was truly on the hot seat. So to me, Matt Eberflus has organizational support. Ryan Poles has said so himself, expressing he has no plans to move on from the former head coach. There is also what I believe is a special level of communication between Coach Flus and the front office. Eberflus has been a big part of building this roster. Him and Ryan Poles together share a similar vision for the kind of players they want on this roster, and they've been together since day one, building this team together. This entire roster is full of players that Matt Eberflus scouted himself and wanted on this roster as well. Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles have incredible communication with each other, and that leads to a solid foundation for a relationship. On top of that, Eberflus has seemingly grown more comfortable as a head coach, and his new look only inspires confidence. He seems to have gotten his swagger back, but there's no reason not to love the new Matt Eberflus. It's also fair to add in the fact that Eberflus has operated most of his first two seasons without a real three tech or the defensive ends that he needed in this defense. That is until we acquired Montez Sweat last year, and that's important to notice how much better this defense played after Ryan Poles made that trade. We all called it the Tez effect, but it was also Matt Eberflus's defense finally starting to click and what his defense looks like when he has the players he requires. Today's video reflects upon the current head coaching situation and what to expect for this upcoming season. Matt Eberflus's job security is likely tied to how this team performs on the football field this season. Wins and losses do really matter, and Eberflus has to put a better product on the field if he wants to keep his job. But on top of that, what else really matters is the development of the young players, especially on offense, like Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze, but also how some of these young players progress in Matt Eberflus's defense. Guys like Jervon Dexter going into year two, and then year three, a big one for Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker. Right now, Matt Eberflus is not safe, but I don't think he's on the hot seat either. As long as this team lives up to expectations, all signals point towards this organization continuing to support its young head coach. A good year could even result in some kind of extension for Matt Eberflus. I expect him to be our coach for a long time, unless the team drastically underperforms in 2024. I think in order for something like that to happen, this team would have to take a step back from where they were last year. Last year, this was a team that was really good through three quarters of football, but could not finish football games. On top of that, we won 7 games overall. If we don't win at least 7 games this year and we aren't competitive all season long, then something could change here. But with the roster we have and how I expect this team to play heading forward, I believe that Matt Eberflus will remain the head coach of the Chicago Bears going forward. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should be a little harder on him? Do you think he is on the hot seat? Let me know your thoughts. Give me the comments below. I appreciate everyone who watches. Please remember to hit that like button for me. Stay tuned, and until next time, bear down.